Hey everybody, welcome back to Generation X Nation, dear Gen X. As y'all seen the title, we gonna talk real quick about this. Martell, Arionne slash Coleslaw, Melanie Cherie Rogers meeting up at the courthouse. Now, I'm only doing this video because Melody said, hey, I want everybody to share this TikTok. Make sure y'all share it. She's giving us permission to share it. So before we get started, um, everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Again, alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Also, I want to thank each and every one of you who has subscribed to my channel. I love it. I love it. I love it. I will randomly go through, listen to some of you guys' videos, like and share whatever you need me to do. Leave comments to get your channels pushing and going. And I do a thing where I go and I find people who have low subscribers and maybe low views, and I'll try to subscribe and look at some of your stuff when I have downtime. And that's how we can keep encouraging and helping each other so our channels can grow, because it's tough out here in these YouTube streets. Okay, so that's just a little something I do, and I hope some of you will follow through and do the same thing for me and other channels. I support everybody. Again, Melody asked people on her TikTok live to share this. I did not see the live. I happened to be going through Beyonce's good internet YouTube streets today just to see what was cracking, so I can start finding me some content to talk about. And I seen this and I said, hey, well, let me talk about it. So what I will not do is screenshot or record somebody else's channel and play it, because I also know on these YouTube streets that people don't like that. Sometimes they strike your channels, accuse you of stealing their content. I ain't trying to get in trouble with nobody. I like everybody. I follow all kind of content creators. I support everyone. I don't know anybody personally, so that's why I don't try to make enemies with people I don't know. All right. Now, with that being said, we're going to get into the gist of this. There are a lot of content creators who do have the TikTok live showing, so feel free to go over there and listen to what she had to say. I will go over what I heard and what was said, and then I will give my commentary on everything. Normally on my channel, I don't say Melanie Cherie Rogers' name that often, out of respect, because she no longer wants to be affiliated with the show. So I respect it. As I say, I respect people. I respect their time. I respect what they ask me to do. I don't like doing something that I know is disrespectful to another person or something that they may not like. So she doesn't like her name being associated with the show. So when I talk about the show, you will hear me say ex-wife or ex-castmate. That's not to throw shade. That's just to show respect to her. Now, normally when I talk about the show, I usually use Arionne's name, because her name is Arionne. Of course, that's what her parents named her, so I call her Arionne. Now, I know people call it coleslaw, bird brain, whatever. But for this particular commentary, all bets are off today, baby. You lost respect today in this particular commentary. You're going to be called whatever name comes to mind. Okay, for this particular commentary. Now, next week, I may be back to calling you Arionne again. But for right now, you are out of pocket. You are out of line. You are disrespectful. And you continue to show the world what a bird brain you really are. That's all I got to say. Now, let's get started. Again, like, subscribe, share my channel. I will do the same for you. All right. So according to Melody Cherie Rogers, she went down to the courthouse, I guess, for her Martell to finish up whatever they got going. Again, I don't get that deep into all the court hearings. I know they had stuff going with the DV, child support, and all that kind of stuff, right? So she's down there trying to get that stuff taken care of. Martell shows up to the courthouse with Birdbrain. Melody calls him Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and she calls her the bird. So I'm going to refer to her normally the bird, the bird, the bird. However, I always told myself she reminds me of Teen Wolf in some of her pictures. That's why I put that picture up there. She looks like Teen Wolf to me, but I'm going to call her Bird Brain for now. Now, they show up to the courthouse, I guess, to get this last issue resolved. And according to Melanie, she dropped the DV case and let him plead to the other charges. And I guess whatever happened, it settled very well and more into Martell's favor. And I guess she was like, "Hey, I just want to get this case closed, get on with my life. I got stuff going on. I got, merchandise to sell. I got cosmetics to sell, TV programs to do." So she probably tired of going in and out of court with this fool. And who blame her? To be honest, who can blame her? Okay, so as they're exiting the courthouse, apparently they're at the elevator. And when I mean they, that's Melody and her bodyguard. She takes Jason wherever she goes around the city for the most part. They get on they're waiting on the elevator to come, and here come this bird brain and idiot Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they walk directly in front of them. So kind of giving a notion of being disrespectful. If you see me standing in front of an elevator door and you come and then walk and plant your ass right in front of me, that's a level of disrespect. But Melody, in true fashion, she held her composure and stayed the lady that she is. But I know it was burning up inside. So then they get on the elevator, and then she gets on the elevator. And then, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the bird and idiot, they started whispering, and then he's trying to talk louder so Melanie could hear them. And, she's back there steaming a little bit. And Jason is like, "Hey, it ain't worth it. Calm down." Thank you, Jason. Because Melanie is not worth it. Baby, you better than this, but I get it. So then when they get off the elevator in an area that has a lot of security guards around, Bird is going to start talking crap. She says something loud, and Melody said, "BITCH, I know you ain't talking to me," and started to go toward her. Jason backs her up. "It ain't worth it." Thank you, Jason. Melanie, it's not worth it. She ain't worth a pot to piss in, okay? Because that's pretty much what they got, a pot to piss in. They don't got a fucking window to throw it out, though. She's not worth it. Okay. So they go down outside, and apparently they walking around intentionally to try to get in Melody and Jason's path. And I think she had that the older lady and the younger guy that helps her pack her stuff. That's always on TikTok with her. I forget the lady's name, but you guys know who I'm talking about, and I don't mean to disrespect her. So they're all, I guess, sitting there doing whatever. And then she said one of a blogger that she didn't know came up to her, introduced herself, and it was Hannah Gray. I will say her name, Hannah Grace. I think that's her channel. I've seen it once or twice. Y'all can go follow her. She probably got a lot more information than I do. But apparently they got to chit-chatting and talking, so they were both standing there. And she said from what she can gather, Martell and Birdbrain was on the other side of the building. And the way the courthouse is made, they literally would have had to go out of their way and drive all the way around in a circle to get to where she was at, which they did. And he drives by, and as he drives by, he rolls down the window and he says, what did he say? He basically said something like, "You need to fix your face. Why you looking like that? And fix your hair." And then he said, "It ain't over," or something like that. "It ain't over." And then apparently the blogger said, "Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?" And he said, "No." And then Mel said, "Are you talking to me?" He said, "I'm talking to you and your boyfriend sitting over there, your boyfriend." So at that point, Melody had picked up her phone and had recorded that little 20 something seconds of conversation because she knew some stuff was about to go off because they kept trying to agitate her. So, of course, Melody went back into the building. Thank God, use your head, and reported him to the city attorney. So I hope he gets it for harassing because you just got these charges dropped and dealt with, and you walk out of the building and harass her again. You are so, Martin. I gave Martell grace last week when he was going up against Maurice because I felt Martell was telling the truth. Martell is unhinged. He needs a psychological evaluation, and I'm not a medical doctor, and I ain't trying to diagnose him, but damn, it don't take a person with a PhD or MD or any other kind of D to understand that something's wrong with him. And it's not all about he jealous he lost his ex-wife. He is mentally cannot get over the fact that she's not coming back, and he needs to deal with that. And Yana Van Zandt or somebody, Dr. Field, somebody need to get in his head that she's never coming back. Because I don't think he understands that. I really don't. Just my opinion. Now, fast forward. Bird brain, stupid, idiot, coleslaw, teen wolf looking heifer sitting in the dang on car while your man allegedly rolls down the window and hollers out to his ex-wife and study harass you and your boyfriend. What kind of sense did that make? I'm starting to wonder, Martell, was you on a short you and Arionne may get along well because y'all both had to been on a short yellow bus because both of y'all are slow. Do you not understand the hypocrisy of what you're saying? Arionne, do you not coleslaw? Do you not understand the disrespect in which he is doing? He is so pressed for his ex-wife that he's harassing her right in front of you. You think it's funny, but no, he's mad because he can't have her. Because according to Mel, the night before, called and said, hey, can we just start over again with the co-parenting and forget all this stuff and all this blase stuff, trying to make up with her? And she said no. So that was probably some of the anger from her turning down his offer the day before he got into the courthouse. So now that she had dropped the DV charges and tried to let all this go away so she can go on with her life and get her businesses going and her television career, wherever she got going on, up and running, he's mad because there's nothing else to fight. The cases are getting closed. The custody issue is still the same. You have no more attachment to her now other than dropping off and picking up kids. And I think Martell is finally understanding that she no longer has to interact with you whatsoever. And he knows as long as I keep driving her to court, I still have just a little piece of her around. Martell, you need help. And I didn't agree with Maurice and everything that went on. But one thing he did say in that conversation with you is you need help. You need to go talk to somebody. Now let's get the dummy, stupid, bird brain, coleslaw, teen wolf ass, dingbat. This man is in a car with you, taunting his ex-wife, and you think it's cute. This man has been dating you for 10 years. And has been divorced for 5 of those 10 years. And you have popped out a baby for him and apparently was pregnant previous to that and terminated the pregnancy or whatever. And he still doesn't know if you're marriage material. Think about that. Dingbat, bird brain, coleslaw, nitwit, dumbass. 10 years. Divorced for 5. A baby. And he still don't know if you the one. He's still on TV telling people she's a nice girl. You a whole grown woman. You closer to 40 than you are to 30. You're a grown woman at this point. And he's calling you a nice girl. She check all the blocks. I may be getting a ring. I'm not sure. But yet his ex-wife, he married her within 12 months. And you think you the prize. You think you won something getting Martell. And Martell thinks you think you that big. I'm that big. You that big. You so much of that freaking big that you can't even get this man to marry you. He still got you hanging in the wind. Now, let's talk about some other stuff. Dingbat, bird brain, nitwit, Tweedledee and Tweedle freaking dumb. You said, no, Martell said, oh, I'm putting her through nursing school. You don't really have a job. He's putting you through nursing school. He's going to move you out of your place and put you in his place because he couldn't sell that house and he needs your Section 8 voucher. Don't sit here and try to play us. You don't have a job. We all know that. According to Melanie and them, you don't even have a car because the car you was riding around in that he bought for you was repoed after they separated and filed for the divorce, and you've been catching rides with Martell around town or renting and leasing cars. Girl, if you had a real job, you have a car. Martell is moving you into his house so he can get your Section 8 voucher for income. Ain't nobody stupid. Nobody. You can't afford, because according to you, Martell pay all my bills. Well, if he was paying all your bills, why you got to move out? Why you don't have a car? Martell probably knocking you side the head and you too scared to tell anybody. Martell used you to go to that courthouse and try to rouse up Melody so y'all can get into a scuffle or shouting match so he can then go file charges, or you could file charges for harassment or some type of domestic violence or whatever against her to try to get her to lose her child. Because here's the catch. Whoever is charged with domestic violence probably will lose custody of children. Everybody know that game. I'm so glad Melanie is smarter than that, and her security guard. But she almost slipped when she went after you. But here's the thing, Melanie, you don't have to. You don't have to, because everything they got coming to them will be there. It's coming, whether they like it or not. And I know they say when you go, they go low, you go high, but you ain't got to go high, Melanie. You can go to the depths of hell on that heifer. There's probably people out here in the streets that would do it for you, because she doesn't deserve any type of dignity. She doesn't deserve any type of respect. She gets exactly what she gets. You haven't earned respect from anybody. It's okay. People break up all the time. People cheat. We get that. We're not knocking you for that. But it's the way in which you go about doing shit. See, you and Martell thought y'all was going to be some little, we going to go on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and don't worry, Arionne, I'll get you on the show. And you believe that shit, and it failed. He not getting you on that show. You thought you was going to be like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Jasmine, Rashida, and Kurt. The difference is, like I said before, Jasmine ain't get all on these internet streets disrespecting Rashida that bad. Not like the shit you been doing. And they were able to act like grown women. Now, whether Rashida stayed with her husband or not, that's her business. But they became grown women, adults in that moment, and figured out how to co-parent and work together. And that's all that mattered to them. We may not agree with them, but at least they show a level of respect for each other. You, for some reason, you don't have that. I think there is a moment in time where some people need to go back home and get re-raised all over again, unless your parents did a terrible job raising you. And I don't know them, but I would hope I would never, I hope to God I did not raise a child who would act like that to anybody. I don't know where your family at, your peeps at, your girlfriends at, your sisters, whatever, but nobody has ever came up to you and said this shit is wrong, the way you doing it. You can be with Martell, but you don't have to disrespect or talk. Nobody told you to grow the fuck up by now. Nobody. Nobody said you got two kids, you got to act like an adult. Nobody came and told you that shit. Everybody in your family and your crew and your inner circle think this shit is cute and funny. If they are, something wrong with them. If they believe what you're doing is okay and cute and funny, something wrong with them too. Because nobody should think your behavior is acceptable. Nobody. There is no reason for you to be there. You're not married to him. You're not the stepmom. You're not the wife. You're not even a fucking fiance. Why are you even in the courtroom? You do whatever Martell will tell you to do. You are a dingbat. You a fucking puppet. You want a puppet with the little string. He just shucking and jiving for Martell. You are a fucking fool. I can't even give you any grace. Sometimes people get a little grace and mercy because sometimes it's not always a fault. And I can see where Melody may have gave some grace and mercy and just said, I'll just let it go. I'm not going to worry about it. You don't deserve shit anymore. Whatever people come at you from this point on, whether it's bloggers, YouTubers, whatever, when they start eating your ass up and you like, I can't take it. It's just stressing me out. People coming at me, your fucking ass deserve it. Because you don't know when to shut the fuck up. You don't know where your place is. And that was not your place. And you should have told Dingbat, idiot, hey, I'm not going down to that courthouse. That's between you and your ex. Y'all figure it out. Let me know what happened. Call me when you're done. I'll meet you for lunch. Why'd you get your ass? Because you thought you was going to one up her again. You could never be her. Stop trying. Martell think he's going to build another man. Stop trying. You're not going to be Melody. Be who you are designed to be. And I'll say it to you a zillion and one times. You and Martell will never find true happiness or peace out of other people's misery. Y'all get up every day figuring out how to make this woman miserable, how to hate on her, how to do something negative to her just for your own personal enjoyment. And as long as you keep being happy by trying to make her miserable, you ain't gonna ever find your true happiness. Let her live her life. Whatever is for her is for her. She is covered. She got thousands of people out here who support her, pray for her, and has covered her every day. Y'all two idiots do not understand. You can't stop what God has already in store for that woman. And y'all will never figure that out because regardless of what y'all say, oh, good, the good Lord didn't know, baby, that ain't how God operates. And until you clean that nasty spirit out of you, you hate her like she did something to you. She didn't do shit to you. You interfered in her marriage, but you mad at her. Do you know how stupid you look? You interfered in her marriage, but you act like she did something to you. She had every right to call you every name under the sun, whoop your ass, break your car windows if she wanted to. You were sleeping with her husband. She wasn't sleeping with your husband. And then not only was you sleeping with her husband, you went on every outlet you could find that would listen to your dingbat ass and bragged about it. Teen Wolf, you and that man have some type of mental illness that, I don't know, stupidity. Y'all are two special kind of stupid ass individuals. You really are. And honestly, y'all deserve each other. You really do. But what you would never be is a Melanie Cherie Rogers. Stop trying. Don't you got a RE boutique to go run? You know, you are the cook, the TikTok, I'm a cooking with RE show to do. Ain't none of that profitable for you. That's your fucking fault. My God, find something else to do. Leave that lady and her children alone. She got empires of fucking bill. You and Martell got rent y'all got to go try to find out how to pay. She building empires. Y'all over here sharing a fucking car and don't know how you gonna sell a ragged ass house other than getting it on Section 8 so he can get a check for it. She building empires. You still over here trying to get on a show that's going down the tube. Y'all over here thinking y'all gonna get on Love and Marriage. Don't nobody want to see you on that fucking show. This is why nobody wants to see you on that damn show. Cause of this right here. And allegedly, somebody was out there filming it. Some tall, light-skinned guy. Maybe you and Martell doing your own little reality TV show that y'all want to try to sell to somebody else. Ain't nobody going to watch y'all dumbasses. We don't care. Nobody is going to watch you. Unless you at the Zeus Network or something. The Zeus and them will watch anything. But if you go over there, you probably got to kick some ass or fight somebody. Because nobody's going to pay to watch you. What are we going to get? Arionne telling everybody, yeah, I stole somebody's husband because I'm that bitch. What you need to do is grow up, bitch. For real. You way closer to 40 than 30. Act like a grown woman and stop with these childish ass games you and Martell playing. Laughing, thinking y'all get amusement out of trying to make this lady's life miserable. I just don't understand people who think that shit is cute. It's not. Everything you do to her is going to come back around to you. That's why y'all two idiots are stagnant where you at now. Because as long as you keep trying to screw her over and thinking it's funny, you all you doing is stunting your own growth. That's all you doing is stopping yourself from you stunting your own growth. So busy over here trying to make her life miserable that you're screwing yourself over here on this side. You're never going to be blessed. You're never going to make it where you need to go. You're never going to receive God's grace and mercy acting the way you do. And I'm not God. I'm just saying the way it works. Okay? You want grace and mercy to move to the next level and do this and do that and elevate in the world while you tearing somebody else down? Look around you. Look at all these celebrities that are coming one by one, tumbling, tumbling, tumbling. They ain't getting grace and mercy because they screwed so many people on the way to the top. Think about that. And with that being said, this is Generation X Nation. I don't know what's wrong with Arionne. Y'all need to reach out to her people. Somebody need to stop that girl because something she's slow. She's slow. And I be damned if I'm in a hospital and I see that dingbat ass werewolf looking coleslaw side chick stupid coming toward me. I'm gonna ask for another nurse. Just my opinion. And with that being said, the Generation X Nation, like, subscribe, share my channel. You guys go and have a great rest of your day. Peace. And I'm out.